this video, I spent 50 hours in Krakow, Poland. Make sure to like and subscribe so I can make more videos like this. It really does help an awful lot. We arrived late afternoon, so we decided to check out the local area. In the local square, support for Ukraine was being displayed, with singers, drums and people in solidarity all uniting as one. Being from the UK, as time's gone on, news about the war has dwindled. It's crazy to think that across the border, people were fighting for the freedom of their country. Dinner that evening was provided by a nationwide staple of McDonald's, one of the bougiest McDonald's I have ever seen. Following a previous video, I felt a responsibility to tell you where Poland sits upon this list. I got this grilled cheeseburger that was banging, so I'd give that an 8. I got the basic fries, which is always a 10, and I got a chocolate-filled croissant, which was a solid 7. So overall, I would give Poland an 8, respectable. We made sure to return to the hotel nice and early, as tomorrow was an early wake-up, as we were going to experience a very surreal moment in history. Tomorrow, we were going to Auschwitz. Through the gates of Auschwitz lie 20 brick buildings, where all human rights were taken away. In 1947, 2 years after the discovery of the Nazi camps, Auschwitz opened to the public as a museum to make sure the millions of lives meant something. Walking through the main gates was a very surreal experience. Even though this is a moment of history, there are still people who experience this walking the world today. All over Europe, millions of Jews and other minorities that didn't fit into the Nazis' ideal race used as a scapegoat and transferred to these camps. Workhouses were where roughly 80% of the fittest Jews were sent to work for the Nazis before their eventual death, which happened in Birkenau, which we visit later. This is the ashes of which they found of the victims after the discovery of the camp in 1945. Millions were being sold a dream by the Nazis, being transferred from the ghettos to the camps in belief of a better life for their families. They came prepared with luggage, prepared for opportunity. However, this was the biggest lie I'd ever told throughout the whole of human history. Belongings were left never to be repossessed. These are the remains of shoes which were given to the Jews. And these are the remains of children's shoes. There was no age limit to the Nazis' attempted genocide. In their eyes, if you didn't fit the ideal rate, you would have been exterminated. Very few managed to escape because of the large wire fencing. And if an attempt to escape was made, not only you, but everyone in your block was punished for it. Forms of punishment included the standing cell, where you were forced to stand for days on end without food or water. There was also a shooting range, where misbehaved prisoners were executed. And a public hanging area, which was used as a tool by the Nazis to scare those who thought about escaping. Those who eventually became weak and unable to work were sent to Auschwitz-Birkenau, a couple miles away, where the last moments of their lives would be spent. Birkenau is where the famous railway lies, which is most commonly associated with movies such as The Schindler's List. There were 5 main gas chambers. However, at the time of discovery in 1945, all these were found destroyed, left as rubble. We stood in the very spot where millions spent their last moments alive. Several hundred people at a time were killed in these gas chambers. These train carriages carried hundreds, all cramped into one tiny space. Many didn't make it the whole journey due to the violent conditions. At Birkenau now lays a memorial to remember those who had lost their lives. Millions of innocent people, brothers, sisters, parents, family, friends, all lost their lives to the biggest genocide in human history. With all the sights and things to do in Krakow, not forgetting one of the most tragic moments in history was very important. No matter what religion, what race, what beliefs, it proves that we are all part of the same body and that these lives lost meant something.
up by Will Smith.
Robert Lewandowski.
Oh my gosh. Kill him.
He's been a bad boy.
My God. My God. I love this movie.
That's it, sorry.
You're ginger.
Like and subscribe, you schmucks.